our next comic of the evening is very funny and very talented, and we're very excited to have her. You could see her around a lot in Minneapolis. She's a big-time comic. Please check her out. Her name is Caroline Skoog!
What's up? How's everyone's week going? I found out last week that my left leg has always been 3/4 of an inch longer than my right leg. And for some reason, I feel like that means I'm owed money from the government or bullies otherwise. You guys ever get bullied as kids? No? It's really cruel when they would like meta bully me. They'd be like, you're clumsy because you want attention, and that's why we're not going to pick you for kickball, and that's also why we're going to hold this against you for the rest of your life. And now I have a nice little doctor's. This is just like being on late night TV. You're the Andy Richter to give me the yeah, just like Andy Richter. Okay, but I feel like I can email them a doctor's note now and just be like, hey, actually, if you guys had held back, I had a physical thing, an ailment. And that would have said that I could have been on varsity. I could have not been on Prozac 6 years too early. Let's see, what else happened this past week? I had to call everyone that I've had sex with in the past year, let them know that I think they might have an STD. Not because I have one, but because I think they make bad judgment calls. Sleeping with me, for instance. Usually they don't have my number, so they're like, who is this? And then I'm like, your refrigerator's getting away. And then I hang up really fast because I don't know how these things work. Prank calls. You guys look like a pretty young crowd. You guys ever worry that your friends aren't your real friends? Yes? Okay, cowards. You guys ever worry that your friends aren't real? Like they don't exist in this agreed upon reality and you've just made them up to cope with the living a day-to-day? No? Like you turn off your phone for a day, put it on airplane mode, maybe turn it back on, no notifications, nothing. So the simulation is broken or people don't love me anymore. Okay. I've been getting some hate mail, which is like cyberbullying, but for the old times. And in this hate mail, given on what I publish sometimes, it's a lot to do with women's issues or women's rights, formerly known as somebody's daughter's rights for the old crowd. And I can boil it down to like 3 topics essentially as to what I get the most hate mail about, which is like A, if I can't punch a woman, I've gotta punch a wall. Number 2 would be, hey, are you a witch? I'm not a cop, but are you a witch? Okay. And then the 3rd one is just the transcript to that Alec Baldwin voicemail he left for his daughter about 6 years ago, in which she was 11, he called her a pig. It's just like that. So, oh God. I think I'm becoming irresponsibly afraid of death. Like it's too much now. It's insensible, and I think it's going to hold me back in life as far as attaining power. Not that I'm going to get into policy making. But my point is, I convinced myself the other day that between government funding to space exploration was taking from the idea of funding for ghost hunting. And I picked a side and I picked ghost hunting. Because I think space exploration, we've seen it. We've been to the moon. Best case scenario, it's more space. But have we checked anything else? You know, like you've stormed Area 51. Did you look under the bed? I just think there's a lot more profit in that area. Like, space, just more space. Afterlife, more, who's to say? We don't know. I can't even finish this show because there's no research on it. I wasn't born out of wedlock, but I was born out of spite. And by that I mean my mom didn't tell my dad that she had stopped taking her birth control. And my dad didn't tell my mom that he would hold that against me for 21 years. She was 40, so she didn't think she could get pregnant. And it's a big surprise to us all. They're going to the beaches of Normandy for their 50th wedding their 30th wedding anniversary. So how's that for celebration? That joke just writes itself, I think. They told me that. You just gave me a finished product. I don't know how to make anything of that. I recently also been still having sex to bring back that point. But in this scenario, the person that I am engaging with, neither of us are able to finish from sex. So I can equate it to like playing Pong is one way, like the video game from the 80s, I think. But with like the bumpers up, so like you never lose the ball. It just you miss it and it just keeps bouncing back and forth. But then I was like, okay, well, it's still something that I would personally be late for. So it's got to be a little bit more fun than Pong. GTA free play, like when there's no missions. If you play it for long enough and then you just get bored and you like start following the rules by default, you know, letting pedestrians cross, not punching people in the face. That's gonna do it for me, but thank you guys.
Caroline Skoog, everybody!